I laughed at my ex-husband's wife when she called me hysterically because my kids didn't choose to go to Disney with them on Mother's Day. My ex Mike and I divorced 8 years ago when our youngest Jake was just 6. We have 3 kids together, Ben, who's 16, Mia, who's 15, and Jake, who's 14. Mike married his current wife, Vanessa, 4 years after our divorce was final. Let me be clear, Vanessa wasn't why we split up. Mike cheated during my pregnancy with Jake because I was on bed rest and couldn't have sex. He thought that gave him permission to sleep around. I disagreed. He still thinks I was being unfair to him about the whole thing. From day one, Vanessa has been all over the place with my kids. She'd be super sweet one minute, buying them expensive gifts and planning elaborate outings. Then she'd flip and get snappy when they didn't call her mom or act grateful enough. The worst part was how she'd dump her fertility struggles on them, making them feel guilty for existing when she couldn't have kids yet. She'd say stuff like, "I just want to be a real mom like your mom gets to be," right in front of them. Or, "Maybe if you guys loved me more, God would give me a baby too." It was absolutely insane. We ended up in court 3 times because of her behavior. The judge warned them twice about trying to force the kids to call her mom. My kids went to therapy for years to deal with the emotional manipulation. Ben and Mia especially lost all respect for her after she made Jake cry on his 10th birthday by telling him she wished she could have had him instead of me. Last year, when the kids turned old enough to choose their custody schedule, all 3 picked 1 weekend a month instead of the usual every other weekend. Mike and Vanessa were furious but couldn't fight it legally. Yesterday, Mike called asking if the kids could come to Disney for Mother's Day with him, Vanessa, and their 2 little kids. I gave my kids the choice like always. They all said absolutely not without hesitation. I wasn't surprised. They've made it clear they can't stand being around Vanessa. Mike got mad when I told him their answer, but I hung up and ignored his angry texts. Then around 3 in the afternoon, my phone rang from a number I didn't recognize. It was Vanessa, completely hysterical. She was sobbing and screaming about how the kids were supposed to be there because they're her kids too. She kept saying, "It's Mother's Day and I'm their mother too. They should want to celebrate me." I couldn't help it. I started laughing. The whole thing was so ridiculous. Here's this woman who spent years making my children miserable, trying to force them to replace me, and now she's shocked they don't want to spend Mother's Day with her. I hung up on her still laughing. She texted me about 15 times after that. Then Mike started in again last night and this morning. He's calling me heartless and saying I should appreciate that Vanessa loves the kids so much. But that's the thing. Her version of love has always been selfish and manipulative. She doesn't love my kids. She loves the idea of being their mom. She loves what they could give her, not who they actually are. The kids heard about the phone call and Ben said, "Good, maybe now she'll finally get it." Mia rolled her eyes and said, "She's so dramatic." Even Jake, who's usually the peacemaker, said he was glad I laughed at her.